Take it. I'll still be there in one way or t'other.
Will you though, Beryl? I mean, I guess that's the question, Beryl. Will you though? Right, I better go over there because what happens when they leave is all their ships go over there, which is fine. I very definitely do have orders for you.
I like people with a coarse air.
Battle cruiser ready.
Typical you to rub it in. When my board won't let me expand.
Ready for action. Aye. Prepare to fire.
And so it goes. Right, well, that's the end of Beryl. Who was a cheat, by the way. Just saying. Yeah, by all means, take on board this thing. While I was blockading Beryl's Island, which I've been doing for quite some time, because it was the last island she'd had, and I managed to get every other island sorted. She would go down the outside of the map. This is the outside of the map. I couldn't target her trade ships. This is sort of where they left the region, I guess. So she was coming in, her harbor was here. And she was coming in here. And I was stuck trying to like, what the heck? And everything else. So anyway, that's that. That's the end of Beryl. You can stay over here because I have a feeling she's going to want to try and get at least one of these islands back. Yeah, so long, Beryl.
Ready for action.
And thanks for all the fish. Why are you not following that boat? I want you to follow it. You don't think you need to follow it because you're not in range? I don't. You are on seek, attack, and pursue any target for as long as you can. But you're not moving. Do you think you could move? It would be nice if you could. No, you don't think it's needed? Not sure about that one. Yeah, I do. Actually, you can wait here. Oh, this one's ready to go. A little bit of defenses on some of my lesser defended islands. This one. This one. Nope. Is it this one? Hey, what's happening over here? Beryl, where are they going? Where are those things going? This is my other island. I've got a monitor there. Where are you guys off to? The old sardine. Where are you? Go get that fella. Maybe. Yeah, what was I saying? Nothing, not a lot. I was trying to find places for things to go, right? Still waiting on this trade coming through. Yeah, so there we go. So that'll be interesting. Put the cat among the pigeons. I have been focusing on the new world.
This place is full of spirit.
Thank you. To try and oust Beryl, and oust is what I did. And these are some of her trade ships. She has a trade alliance with Princess Ching, which seems like a silly thing to do for Princess Ching.
Not gilded by desert sand.
But that's what she wanted to do. So hey ho, there you go. Not a lot I can do about that. But what I can do is I can move this guy.
To your stations.
You didn't follow it. Oh no, take that one. Maybe you did follow it. Maybe you destroyed it. Anyway, could you track that one down and kill it? That would be good. Is there one hiding around the corner? There is. Wait a just jolly cotton picking second. Where are you? Come
Battle
back
tech to
here.
attention.
Because this guy should not be hiding up here. Thank you very much. So let's go and deal with that ship of the line before it causes any trouble to any of our trade routes. So there you go. No more Beryl. I can't say I like this mechanic. You take over the island and suddenly, pa-ching, all of the infrastructure disappears. That to me, no. I don't like that. I don't like that as a mechanic. What I've seen previously on games like this is, and that's fine, when you take over an opponent's place, it automatically enters a state of sort of like riot and martial law, and then you have to expend time and police resources, usually restoring law and order. And usually by the time you've done that, 20% of your buildings have been trashed, and you then have to go back and build it. And then there's a period where um, you have to be careful about what you do, because people are unhappy and you don't make the same amount of money as you would if it was a happy nation, and so on and so forth. And then eventually, after a number of turns, you would have effectively conquered the populace and your island is yours. And I think that would be a much better mechanic. That suddenly everything should just up and disappear. I didn't nuke the place. You know what I mean? It's like, what did you think happened? They did all that, and then 3 ships came along and took away a population of 45,000 people. I don't understand. Yeah, a bit weird. Not a mechanic that I'm going to say I like very much, but hey ho. I mean, there you go. I suppose that's the game for you. What's happening? Are we going to have to attack the pirate? No, we can't attack the pirate because we're not at war with the pirate, but we can attack that guy. Let's go get him. Hurry up. I suspect you're toast. Right, anyway, they're in...
is under attack.
Which harbor is under attack? Oh, well, handy. We're in Wost. Yeah, well...
People celebrate your leadership.
Let's slow things down a little bit so we can have a little confab, shall we? Right, back in Wost. Oh, what are we doing? We out of juice again? Is that because we're out of oil? Right. Some of my oil trades must have fallen apart. Because.
We are missing all the elements to produce a reaction. Engage the brakes.
Maybe. Is this a spare filament plant, or is... What do these guys make? Filament factory. Let's put you on pause. What are you? A light bulb factory. What are you? Bicycle factory. I might need you.
Start the machines.
That's the one that I put on hold. Right, my oil isn't keeping up, which is probably just a result of trades. Right, we're back at Woes. This is coming along. I have veneers is the one in the middle there, which we don't have anything of, but I do have a trade in place. It looks like we don't quite have enough workers, and we definitely don't have enough investors. 3,000, like I said, it's going to be an uphill struggle.
I am bleary-eyed with bliss.
These guys are getting better. They were not so better. We've got issues with bread. Things come up, things go down. It's taken a while after Beryl disrupted my trade routes to get everything sorted. I'm also sort of semi-conscious that I seem to be very low on workers, so we'll change that over. And you can see now that I'm very low on a whole bunch of other things. So that's in itself going to be a challenge if I need to get 3,000 of these investors and 1,500 artisans to build this thing. Where am I going to get them from? Might have to have a look at that. That could be a problem. But anyway, yes, woes. So I've got a lot of my trades working.
The ambulance is possible.
These guys are actually largely happy. Struggling a bit with light bulbs, but we're getting there. Which is why I'm ticking along at like 46k. These guys are on the. We're getting there. We're getting there. What do these people want?
It's all right, this, isn't it?
Bread. We're sorting out bread. We've had a little bit of a battle with furs. We had a little bit of battle with sewing machines. But otherwise, Woest is on the uppity up. Koritsova is fine. Nothing strange, nothing startling, nothing doing. We are kind of we're okay with furs, but really, really low. I mean, obviously, I could go through and start deleting some of these fields that I've got for things like hops and stuff. If we've got a massive overabundance, which we kind of do, and we've got things like an overabundance in soap and peppers and meat and so on. So I might have to trim some things down to try and pump more furs out of this island, because the only other islands that do furs in the old world belong to Willy Wibblesuck or Beryl or Princess Ching, and I'm not. I might be able to oust Beryl quite easily from the new world, but from the old world it's going to be a trick here. So that's Koritsova. Sancerre doing fine. Again, we're doing what we're doing with Sancerre. We're not going to build the population anymore, so it doesn't really matter whether they're super happy or not, other than that's what makes me money. So they're just trade for what are they, like copper mines and limestone and so on. So that sounds there. Dedenbury's doing okay. Dedenbury has had a little bit of expansion. I built a few things up here and expanded a little bit out here. I'm waiting on some stuff for the university to be built, because I've been gradually expanding these people further out, and that seems to be working quite well at Dedenbury. Yeah, then once that's done, I can rejigger this to bring in the electricity and do some stuff. And I've been getting rid of things like pubs and markets when I don't need them, because I don't need to upgrade people, and so on and so forth. But Dedenbury's actually doing okay at the minute.
You have the spark.
There's an ongoing issue with furs. It's kind of like up and down and up and down, and we obviously haven't sorted out the electricity for these guys yet. These guys are also good, except for the furs issue, which again has been up and down and up and down. And as you can see, everybody else is really, really happy, and I've been preparing this area for a sort of a mini expansion, for a bunch of this and a bunch of that, as they say. Rail Amping going good. What are these guys after? Oh, they're after sewing machines, which is something that I've only just started working on. But as you can see, we expanded quite a bit out here, up in the top left corner, predominantly throwing in an awful lot of grain for beer production, and throwing in some houses to support the beer production. And we've got a couple of these guys.
I'm missing particular materials.
And as you can see, the iron doesn't seem to be keeping up. There is 2 of them, but it doesn't seem to be enough. I'll chuck in a 3rd, but I'm not desperately hopeful. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And you've got what is this? Well, I suppose for one thing down here we can always put in a paved road. That might speed things up just a touch. Get all that stuff together. May as well do that, seeing as we're here. So, pop in a paved road. Where are they going? Where's their warehouse? Where are they going to their warehouse? Round the corner. Yeah, about there. There you go, that might speed that up a little bit. You can see I've already laid a train track. So this is the oil harbour, which, to be honest, I've got this oil boat going, but it looks like he's full. So what I probably need to do is I probably need to stop that, because that harbour is now full with oil, and I don't need any more in Railhampton. So what I might do is I might do that right now. Where's oil to Railhampton? There you go. Delete that route. Oil from Denbury, oil from Wost to Viejo Garino. Surely it's the other way around. It's oil from Viejo Garino to Wost. Yeah, quite. So that's fine. They're coming along. And from Viejo Garino to Denbury, which again, he's arguably full. So I might not need that for now. Go and do that. Yeah, sorry, and I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, back around to Wost again. So that's where we currently are. Like I said, we've just kicked Beryl out. She's been sort of, buying stuff and everything. What have we got there? We're out of money. I can't buy anything anyway. What, 1,000? No, that's not right. 471,000. Sounds a bit more like it. Well, he's been buying his shares back, which is fine. Yeah, look. What do we do? I mean, I honestly think there's not a lot we have to do. I think we can squeeze Beryl out economically. I think what I need to do is that's still missing electricity. And I don't know why. Again, trade route disruptions. It takes so long to go to the New World to get oil and come back again that it disrupts your trade route. So he's probably going fine, but I'll build one of those because they're very, very nifty and handy. And what I'll do is I'll start amassing money again. It cost me quite a lot of money to buy her out of the New World. So what I'll do is I'll start amassing money again, and then I'll do the same thing as I did in the New World, which is I'll chip away at the small potatoes, Urchin Bay, possibly Castle Haven. I think these four are the main four, and just keep whittling her away. According to this, where are you, Beryl? I've whittled her down quite a lot. So she was miles ahead of me. Again, militarily, she seems ahead of me, but only because her islands are very well defended. I haven't seen a single battle cruiser from her, and I don't mind telling you they're pretty nifty. Although those flame monitors do decimate a wooden ship of the line quicker than you would absolutely like. And economically, we're on a par, and that's fine too, because I think I can develop some of those islands in the New World a little bit, if I want to. I didn't really want to make it a big thing, but I might have to. I see some of them have oil reserves and things, so I can probably quite easily deal with Beryl economically. I don't know what Willie's up to. An alliance, Willie? No, revoke trade rights. A non-aggression pact. War can be declared anytime. He's not going to declare war against me. He'd be absolutely nuts to do so. Absolutely nuts. And I've just kept paying the pirates off. Every next so many turns, they come back and want 100,000, and I'm like, yeah, fine, take it. I don't care. But so this is going to be my big deal. This is going to be, I'm getting the stuff in. I need to figure out how to develop this island and sort out whatever trades I need to sort out. And I could. There's lots of places where I could, and I can get rid of things like pigs, and I can get rid of things like schnapps, and I can get rid of things like soap and grain and things that take up lots of space, like peppers and so on. and develop more housing and increase that housing so that we end up being able to push ourselves up to 3,000 investors. Because if you remember that this is only phase 4 of 5, so what was the last precondition for the investors? It was like 1,500. It's like it's added a bit, so it might be 4,500 investors. I mean, it could be pretty big. Could be pretty big, the last one. Could be like 5,000 investors. So I might have to go pretty far to get this one up, which means doing quite a bit with this, which means everything that you need to support this, and moving things around and changing things and shifting things about, because I've got a lot of space taken up with agriculture and various other bits and pieces. Right, well that's it for now. That's my oil boat. You can go back to the oil harbor and drop that off so that these guys aren't complaining about lack of elastic trickery, which is fine. And I'll carry on doing what I'm doing, and see how far we can get to sorting out things like those investors and whatnot. There you go, sorted, right? Absolutely sorted, not a problem. You're sort of in the way though.
Yes.
I might
Tanker ready.
have to ask you to move if you don't mind. All right. Well, yeah. Look, if something strange, startling, or exciting happens, I'll call you back in. But for now, that's the sort of sit rep, and what I will do is see what Beryl does in the New World. Is she going to try and launch an attack? There's nowhere to go, so I don't know. She would have to try and attack my islands, like Waif's Hope and things like that. And I've already started setting up defenses because I knew she was going to do that, or I knew it was a possibility that she would do that. So look at this oil stuff. I don't know. What do you do? Resources, well, I guess they don't do trapping in the New World, do they? Lots of gold, lots of stuff. Let's see, where's Foxkill? There we are. What else do you have? Lots of clay, pearls, bits and pieces. Hey, there we go. Look. There you go. So they're both defended now. These things are tougher than you think. And yeah, I mean, I can probably... How close are we to getting a flame one? Yeah, we need a few, but you know, there you go. Right, leave it from there. See you soon.
Another player has had their island seized.
Right.
Island. Don't get any funny ideas.
Right, let's station that guy there. Right, it's another island taken from Beryl.
You just crossed paths with the Great Wibbly.
So, freezing Beryl out even more than we were doing. And down at Woest, and we'll talk about Woest in a minute, but down at Woest, this is now ready to go. And we're off. There we go, underway. Missing an engineer. Or 3. What have we got here?
Curious.
Gold. Pause that for the minute.
Engage
Right.
the brakes.
Thank you. So there we go. So we've taken another island from Beryl. We've frozen her down to 4 islands. Let's have a look at what it says about Beryl. Beryl. Her economy is still pretty strong. Militarily, I've knocked her down a peg or 2, which is fine. And Harlow decided to go to war with us, but what's new? So yeah, so we've taken Beryl down a peg or 2. But there you go, and we've got this next bit underway. Not gonna see until this construction is done as to where we're at, but Yeah, I mean it's picking up goods and various bits and pieces and whatnot. Right, so woes, yeah, right. To facilitate getting 3,000 investors, I had to do a bit of changing, which essentially was tedious and took a while, which was moving some roads, moving some old buildings out, moving some new buildings in, shifting things around, predominantly all around this section here. You'll see I've also put in 2 more power plants, one there and one over there. And I had to put in an additional oil ship to the New World to Viejo Garino, which is producing a lot of oil to deal with that. I see that we have people who are now sick. I didn't see that happening. Do we have enough stuff for a hospital? We sure do, so we may as well stick one there. Yeah, so that's what it took, an awful lot of rearranging. And obviously, you know, I now understand that there is an awful lot of value to doing this kind of grid-based stuff. I mean, it's not, it doesn't look great, and you also have to bear in mind that you need space for these things in these train tracks to run. So that's the kind of thing that when you're sort of setting your islands up, you might want to consider planning for in advance, which is, you know, a heck of a thing if you don't know the end game, and I didn't know the end game when I started. So you know, I've had to go in and do all those changes anyway, and make all that. So anyway, that's Woast. So Woast has 3,000 investors. We're underway with the rest of this, and we'll see what happens when we get to the last bit. We're still giving Beryl the old heave ho, as you do. Regarding everybody else, I haven't really done anything. Korazova is doing what it's always doing, which is very little. Sancerre, again, doing what it's always doing, which is very little, you know, a lot of stuff that's full. Denbury, I haven't really done an awful lot with. They're struggling with a couple of bits and pieces. I balanced out a few things, added a few production buildings and everything, but I've really spent a lot of my time on woes, sort of the last 3 hours on woes, really. And Rail Lambton, the same. Not really done anything again since last we spoke. Just sort of keeping it all running and tickety boo. If we go over to the new world, let's go over to Viejo Garino. Yeah, again, not really a whole heck of a lot. This is doing what it's doing, and I'm letting it doing it, and that's just the way it is. Waif's Hope is, what are you doing? You're missing something.
Still waiting for it to arrive.
Plantains. Oh, because there's no warehouse nearby for this guy, apparently. Stick one there. There you go. That solves that issue for you. Again, not done anything with these other than give them some protection, which is what they obviously needed because I don't want Beryl to try and take them back again. Foxgill, the same. Really not a lot going on. These are full with bricks, so no dramas there. Tanga de la Haya, again, nothing really happening. And Cruzmia, nothing really happening. So yeah, so that's it. Blimey, right? We progress on a pace, and I suppose what I'll do is I'll duck it out. I'll maybe start developing some of those other places in the new world while this is occurring. It still needs another 27 or so minutes, and then we'll see what the next phase looks like. This looks like some of the basic farmers are going up and down. No, might need some room for some basic farmers. I don't know if I have any more room to build, to be honest, without knocking some things down. I've really done as much as I can to try and keep this developed and developing.
Alas, my bowels churn afresh, and I must beg your... Ideally, one should keep one's...
I didn't promise to do anything. Yeah, okay. We'll need to have a look at maybe some farming houses, because that's really rather low. Or we can obviously downgrade some of these people, because I don't want to end up in a situation where I run out of some basic production, because then everybody gets unhappy. So I can probably do without as many of those workers as I need, and let's say about 100 ought to be alright. 80, 93? 93 should be fine. That'll keep us covered. Right, okay, well. Need electricity? Is that because I've run out of oil? Yeah, running out of oil. I thought that was going to happen. I really am asking a lot of it. Yeah, I really am asking a lot for one harbor to do that. I've got 2 oil ships running. Anyway, right. I'll let this run on, and we'll have a look at it when it's done and see what the next stage is. See you soon.
Battle
My
cruiser
island.
ready.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Too late, Beryl. My funny ideas are already there. Right, so that's another island
Another
squeezed
player
off.
has had their island seized.
Squeezed off Beryl. I mean, it wasn't. I was sitting there for a
Settle
while.
down.
She wasn't
Where did you-
actually using it a lot, but you know, there you go. One more is one more. So where are we now, Beryl?
The people celebrate your leadership.
Militarily, she's now dropped again. Economy is still going. Yeah, 'cause it was a small island. So so there you go. Anyway, back over to Wost because this is now finished. Ta-da! Right. Oh, 5,000. I knew it, didn't I say 5,000? I said 5,000, didn't I say 5,000? And a whole load of stuff. 2,000 engineers. Blimey, 2,000 engineers. I've got 248. 2,000 engineers. That is going to
I
take
soar in heaven's bright chariot.
an awful lot of stuff. Sewing machines and things. Oh my word. Oh my word. So, yeah, 5,000 investors and 2,000 engineers. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. There is definitely things that I'm gonna have to sort out. I need to sort out. I'm building another oil tanker because I'm not getting enough oil in here. So I need to get some more oil in, so that I can start getting some of these people upgraded, and we can already see that some of them are starting to look like they're getting ready to upgrade in various bits and pieces, but it's going to play merry havoc with some of my supply chains and various other stuff. Oh, in the meantime, we carry on taking control of Beryl. You can see that I have Cashaway Island, but it's 3.5 million to buy, which I don't have. And there's some of these other islands, which, you know, how much is the share over here worth? 247,000. What's the share over here worth? 677,000, and this is obviously Goontown. One share alone is how much? I can't even purchase it. 2.5 million, I think. This is crazy. Yeah, so we'll keep squeezing Beryl while I figure out what on earth I'm gonna do with woes to try and get to 5,000. I mean, it took me an awful lot of rearranging to get to 3. I suppose if I can get these things up and running, and oh man, yeah, so much to do. Anyway, that means that I'm gonna leave it here because I've got an awful lot to think about and an awful lot to do. There goes my oil tanker. Yeah, crikey. Well, I think Beryl's days are numbered, really, at the end of it. We've pushed her out of the new world, and we're going to squeeze her and squeeze her in the old world. Beryl's in trouble, and she knows it. I'm surprised she hasn't come begging for a ceasefire, but I don't think that that's Beryl's way, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, crikey. And, yeah, flipping heck. It might be a while. It might be a while till I do the next one of these because it's going to take an awful lot of effort to get to 5,000 investors and 2,000 engineers. as well. I can tell you, even if I get to that, I don't even know if it's possible. It might be something that's just a little bit too far away. I guess this is like, you know, one of the completion projects, so crikey. I need to see. Right, drops a like. Do subscribe, helps a bunch, and feel free to leave me any comments, and I'll see you all again soon. Ta-ta for now.
PlayStation